I recently turned 20 years old and I'll admit, I hate my life, but why? Like, the question is why? I always feel like I'm not doing enough and I'm not good enough and I'm so behind compared to other people my age. But the thing with that is, what is being behind? Like, there is not a structure being like, you've got to do this by this age. But in my head, because I've not done what most of my peers have done, I feel like I'm not doing enough and that I just need to be doing more. The thing with formal education, which I haven't been in since I was 16, is it can be done at any age. I think because a lot of my classmates did go to uni, I'm like, why didn't I? And it's simple, because of my health. And that's completely okay. Like, I can do it when I'm 30, I can do it when I'm 40, I might never do it. I don't particularly want to do it at the moment, but because that's what other people are doing, that's what I want to do. Formal education isn't the only way you can learn. You can learn from day-to-day life experiences, documentaries, learning from friends. It doesn't just have to be from a mainstream education, which is what I've had in my head for so long, because I went to an alternative education, I was homeschooled and then dropped out of college for health reasons. And because growing up I was like, I'm going to go to uni, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and because I haven't, I now feel like I'm just not enough. I think my main issue is, I tell this to people all the time, like, just because you haven't done this by a certain age, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. Like, I'm trying to be so supportive and I'm always like, you know, you're doing so well, I'm so proud of you. So why don't I do the same to me? Like, why do I feel like if someone else doesn't do it, and that's okay, but then if I don't do it, that's not okay? Like, why am I mad at myself for not going to uni when I know a friend who recently left college, and I was like, that's okay, you know, like, you work things out. But then for me, it's like, I hate myself because I'm not in education. Why is that a thing? I am all for self-love, positivity and all this until it comes to myself. And I want that to change. So that's where this series comes into place. This is my series, which I call Restarting My Life in My 20s, which I will basically be restarting my life in my 20s, hence the title. My mental health down spiraled when I was about 13. I just come out of trans. I was in a really uncomfortable friend group and I tried to fit in. I said and did things that I now regret and I still can't get out of my head. But that was 7 years ago and I'm still not over it. The other day, I actually spoke out loud for the first time about some of the things that I said to my parents, and it honestly, it felt like a weight was lifted off. Like, what's that phrase? Like, a weight was lifted off. Just, I don't know, I'm autistic. Now that I'm 20, I feel like my teen years are behind me and I can finally move past, which I know sounds a bit odd, like, why haven't I just done it already? But in my head, it's like, I'm an adult now. Like, I know as an adult since I'm 18, but you then got 18, 19 when you're technically sort of still a teenager. But now it's like, I'm an adult, I'm 20, I can move past that. Like, that's my past, I can just go now. Like, bye-bye, gone. I have 2 ideas for this, like, series, and the first one is to go over old resources. So I've done things like Remind the Gap and Mind UK, and I've got a ton of resources from them, but I don't use them. I've literally got a whole folder full of resources about self-esteem, well-being, 5 ways to well-being. Like, there's so much in there, but I don't use them. So that's the first thing, is I want to use them more. The second part is to have a total refresh of my bedroom, huge declutter, and just sort it out because it's an absolute mess at the moment. I have a new bed on its way, so I originally just had a plain double bed, but I've got an ottoman bed on its way, so it's one that like lifts up at the end so you can store stuff underneath. My problem with my bed is I put stuff in boxes, slide it under, and then I forget about it until about 3 years later. The amount of Lego boxes I have under there that I need to go through, oh my gosh, there's so many. So that's on its way, and I'm hoping that'll be really helpful for my bedroom refreshing. And I've done a lot of decluttering, so I think in total, in January and February, I don't think I took any in March, But January and February, I took about 14 bags to charity of all my stuff, from clothes to games to, what else was there? Like teddies, like all sorts. I've also got a Vinted and eBay. Just sold 11 books on Vinted, so that's going to go up there. I'm going to package that and get that ready to go. I also plan to update my corkboard walls. So if you haven't seen my monthly refresh videos, I have 2 corkboard walls. One has got 4 on, well, they've both got 4 on, and the corkboards are quite big, about A3, a bit bigger than an A3. And I use them for like my monthly vision boards, my yearly vision boards. I use them for random to-dos, memory boards, that sort of thing. My plan for at least 2 of them is to make a mood board for this series of ideas and what I want to be doing. So one thing will be working on my independent skills. I think that's really important. You might be wondering, why am I filming this and why am I not just doing it? Well, I have this really weird thing. I find it easier when I'm filming myself. So apparently it's a thing with ADHD as well, to film time lapses of you doing stuff. For me, I find that helpful, but I also find rambling to someone or a camera to be really helpful. And I'm mostly sharing it so that there's other people that are in a similar situation and they can kind of work alongside me if they want to. So if it's helpful for any of you, that let me know. I'd love to know. I really hope you enjoy this series. I don't know if anyone will want to watch this. I get very little views anyway, and that is okay. It does upset me, and I'm not going to say it doesn't, because I've been doing YouTube for about a year now, and I still get maybe 10 views and 1 like per vlog, and I spend a long while on these vlogs. So yes, it frustrates me and upsets me, but I'm going to keep going, because one day maybe I'll get there. And it is something I do enjoy, but can be a bit tiring sometimes, so I don't always keep on top of it, but I am trying. If this is something that interests you, I'd love a follow, and for you to check out my other vlogs. So I do chatty vlogs, I do this series. I'm doing a craft series where I explore 25 crafts throughout the year 2025, and I've done, how many have I done now? 2, 4. I've done 7 now. So 2 a month plus 3 in March instead of 2, because it's 25, so I needed an extra one to make 2 a month plus 1, which was really annoying. I also do Lego build with me, and I'm tempted to get some more gaming content out, but I'm having some issues with my recording at the moment, which is really annoying. There's a lot that's annoying, isn't there? But again, thank you so much for watching. I know this was a really short one, but I'm going to be working on more. This was just kind of like an intro to what I'll be doing. And yeah, I'll see you on my next one. Bye!